little thought exercise. If I were to boil leather.
She's always asking about like home improvement stuff and. Okay, a note in Reginald Cheney's domicile indicated he's been painted gold. Let's do this, I think. So I assume we're about to leave, to be honest with you. Weapons from the Void. Acquire the science weapon on Groundbreaker. Another of Hawthorne's logs mentions looking in Gladys' shop for old records. But we never did finish that. Once we're done with this, we'll go try to get the science weapon on Groundbreaker.
Is there a way to get the stench out afterward?
Recommended dry cleaning service for...
Okay. Is this like a Windows era? What's going on here? Oh, it's like right outside, apparently.
Incineration.
Incineration for the fish smell. Aiming for gold by the river. Oh, that's so far away. Why did it try to show us like it was just right outside? I guess because the
concentrated amount of scum present.
Slow, steady step checkpoint thing. Go here. Hey, you're on the right path now. A little forward, a little more forward. That thing that Borderlands honestly should have implemented with all its quests, and they would all play so much easier. There's the three-dimensional nature. Very vertical, a lot of those maps. You get pretty freaking lost. You know what's weird about this game is like ADS on all the other guns is really sensitive, but the ADS on the snipers is super slow. Okay, we learned the last time we played that we actually do have the sneak bonus already in effect, so. Damn it. See that, Undead Labs? That's what you need on your NPCs. They should only be able to headshot you if they have a sniper, and there should be a tell so you can at least somewhat try to avoid it. Oh, they've got a 9mm pistol. They've got a 22 caliber, one of those MK3 things you find constantly littered across the map. There's a headshot from 50. The town over. There's a legendary sniper somewhere. All this stuff actually did respawn. I was becoming convinced that stuff doesn't respawn. Look how slow that is, though. I can barely move that damn thing. Oh, hey, coward. We're gonna have a robot and robot battle. Robocar.
Clean up the competition.
Clean up the competition. Retrofitted power armor. Oh, that doesn't seem terrible. We've actually got some inventory space now, some weight, so why not? Oh wait, didn't we need freaking Vicar with us? We didn't bring Vicar. Oh, wait, Max? Yeah, Vicar Max. We didn't take him. We'll just have to see what happens. No, we should take him. Regardless, we should take him. So, there. It's about the same distance. But the robot Sam actually does have weapons. That's weird. But cool. I don't know what we're going to do with it. But it's still cool. Increase your intimidate skill when Sam is in the party. Yeah, definitely. Reduce negative reputation for kills. That seems useful. Sure. Sam deals bonus damage to auto mechanicals. Well, hell yeah. Status effects is companion. Yeah, we just don't have any of this other stuff, so. Like, this would, I feel like, definitely be the best thing, but of course we don't have the companion ability. How far did we have to get down into leadership for that? I don't think it was very far. I think we're also in the midst of either food withdrawal or that medicine. It's like 20, yeah. Oh my god, we're way away though. I don't know that we'll see it this playthrough. I also don't know that we'll ever do a second playthrough, so we'll just see what happens. I know we're gonna. I want to do and plan to do the DLC. I've already talked about that, but I don't know about a second playthrough. If I do a second playthrough, it'd be on Overlord, and I couldn't justify using character abilities.
Dirt alert! Dirt alert!
Oh, it's like an anti-gravity gun. It's the frictionless nature of it, as they described.
That's the last.
Hold on, looting.
It burns!
And there goes Nyoki. Into the acid bath with her. Bunch of marauders out there. Stuff did respawn though.
Entering quiet mode. Hands on the job.
With a sniper rifle, with bonus damage for sneaking, that's still not that much damage.
Crew member requires
Look at that.
maintenance.
In the hundreds? I just don't know. It's pretty crappy. We have a bunch of points in long guns too.
That will leave a stain.
So this thing must not be a proper sniper. Hence the combat rifle. Thought Nyoki was an enemy there for a second. She's so decked out in armor, just doing nothing for her. Absolutely nothing. Gonna continue to live and die by the shotgun, I'm thinking. So enemies do respawn, not the boxes though. This is Nyoki's companion quest. This is really easy. Just meet her, put her in your party, and while you're here, go on her mission. Whereas so far, like, especially in Steel Republic, but like the girl that you get to begin with, you've got to get to a different place, meet the person, do missions for that person. There's quite a few steps involved. In fact, I think it's still kind of going on.
Fun.
We'll check our email when we leave Monarch. I'm sure there'll be new emails there.
Customer, all germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Stuff is loaded up though. Yesterday, took my grandma to what I call Mega City 1 Annex. Means it's basically become the sprawling suburb of our capital city, Columbus, Ohio. I can mention that, not give away my location details, you know. All 8 million of you around the world and around the globe, we got to be careful not to be doxxed here. Yeah, 233. Huh. Too bad I don't do melee weapons. I would definitely do a melee build. Like if I had to do it all again. I'm happy with this build, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I would do more stuff with the companions, and I would go melee. That would be like the total reversal. That way we could see two different sides of the combat. How are we going to get over there? By doing this. In her taxes. She's been needing to do her taxes. She gets a tax return, but it's a little more complicated than all that. She sent her taxes all the way back in, like, April. The lady says, oh, we got them done for you. We just need you to come in and sign them. Well, the point is she mailed them because, obviously, she doesn't want to get the Rona. And He's like, well, the point of the mailing it was that you would mail it back. We could sign it. We could be done with this. And here we are. It's August, and she still hasn't gotten her taxes back. And she's been calling like 2-3 weeks every day in a row for 2 to 3 weeks. And so we just said, okay, hell with it. We're just going to have to go to the office. They never informed us of this. They never let us know. And they talk like we had to show up to the office. We get there. It's all boarded up, locked up. And it's been completely shut down because of Corona. So we have no idea what the hell we're going to do. Because she has to pay a little bit on her taxes, but then she gets a tax return. And, It almost feels like we've been done swindled. But it was almost worth it, except for that failure, for the sake that we don't have a Chipotle in our town, but there is a Chipotle in Mega City 1. And it's a rare, rare treat. It's a rare, rare treat. Load up on a couple carnitas, burritos, rice, black beans, that hot sauce. You know, you're gonna be on the commode for the next 3 hours, but damn it, it was worth it. You can eat that burrito in like 3 minutes. You gotta try to pace yourself. Try to enjoy every last bite of that $7 rare treat. That must be the thing I'm the most jealous of when it comes to true, like, you know, the people that have made it, the beautiful people that have made it. Because I see Myth is sponsored by Chipotle. I mean, does that literally mean they deliver the flavor sensation that is Chipotle to his house on the daily? And if so, gee, how lucky can one guy get? Then Grandma's got an addiction to the Chinese food. She loves Chinese food. But, like, nobody buys it, you know? There's been a definite reduction in the Chinese restaurant sales ever since all this happened. Which, of course, doesn't make any sense, because they're not connected in the least, but... You know, they just hardly ever put anything out. It just sits, and it just hasn't been as good lately. Which I kind of feel bad for. You know, at 86, you only get so many more meals. And Chinese is a special treat. So we didn't get the taxes done, and then her Chinese wasn't all that good. I gotta try to figure out, like, where the world's greatest Chinese restaurant is. Try to find where this place is that serves truly sensational American Chinese food. And buy her, like, $200 worth. So she can have a feast. I mean, I know with the kind of physical shape her body's in and stuff at this point, her vacationing days are probably done. I don't think that she'll ever go on a big trip ever again or really travel. Probably not even go to the damn movie theater. So it's like, alright, what can we do that's special for her? I can work on and improve her house. I can try to get her a hell of a lot of Chinese food. I can buy her those funny socks that have the rubber footing on the bottom so she can feel comfortable walking around. My brother got her an excellent, excellent walker.
Job assessment. It's a mess.
It always feels good and right to take care of old folks, especially the ones in your family. It's probably been the worst result of this whole Rona thing. It's just how the virus has gone through these nursing homes like a damn house of fire. It's been terrible. The Reaper's scythe has just cut through these places.
Detected.
Have you heard of the High Elves? That's why we're so fortunate that she, you know, still got the lights on upstairs. She's still totally lucid and is more or less physically able. I imagine we probably would have lost her if she was in a nursing home. What's with the AI, like, being utterly unreactive to our presence on top of them? So there's our commentary. Let's try to dig up some more treasure trove stories. I feel like that character off Community, the one like later in the seasons that they make the Codeine, who's like almost utterly impersonable and just doesn't really understand human relations. This is new though. Unable to establish connection with Rizzo. Okay. Well, the dates should go February then March, 2 to 3, so let's do it. You know, they're on a different planet. You would not have the 12 months. You would not. There'd be different seasons, different months, different year. Depend on how long it takes that planet. You're gonna have different months, seasons, and dates. It takes Mars much longer to go around the sun. The year is much longer. The day is, I believe, shorter on Mars as well. So, just saying. Now, the way that they solve that problem in the Hyperion Cantos, excellent science fiction series by Dan Simmons, one of the best ever, top 3 definitely, is they have what's called Earth Standard, and they standardize times and dates to Earth based relative to the planet that you're on. Lord help me, help us all. I saw one, frothing at the mouth, barely able to string a word or two together, walking at me as if devoured. Oh god, we're gonna go zombies. The writing's been so strong to this point. Don't involve zombies. Not every game has to have zombies. Zora was right. There are monsters here. We need to get out if we want to live. Hopefully it's just a Rapidon. You aren't insane. There were people once. I don't know what... Oh, no. These crazy assholes don't know how to use a keypad. I took one from my clinic office and sold it on the bridge. 2613, be safe, Zora. I need to write that down. So far, this has been one of those games where you have to actually write that down. I think it was 2613. Let's double check. Yeah. This game is like, if you read science fiction, this game is such like a love letter to science fiction writing. There's so many references. Like Bakonin. I was going to talk about this. Bakonin is from a Kurt Vonnegut novel called Cat's Cradle, which I've honestly read about 4 times. I love Kurt Vonnegut, one of my favorite human beings of all time. And I've read it about 4 times because I still can't seem to quite understand it all the way. But at the same time, I don't need to because his writing is just so damn funny. They get the hook. You know what they get? They get the hook. Are you a Hoosier? Lincoln was a Hoosier. But the philosophical guy in that book is called Bakonin, and Bakonin thinks that everything happens for a reason, like the Calvinists, but you're linked to people like a cat's cradle, like strings. And they call it your Koresh. Your Koresh is the web that you weave throughout your life, which has destined consequences across many different people. Basically, like, nothing ever happens in a vacuum, and all actions you take and interactions you have with other humans has an echo, has a web, both forward and backwards in time. And then there's one other element to it. I think it's like a T word, but these are the people that end up being in your web. People that you never would think that you would come to know or meet or love or be friends with or become your enemy or whatever else, but you were always whether you knew it or not, looking for the right word, but you were always linked. Like the word, it can't help but happen. It's sort of like indefatigable, but it's different. Inexorably. You're like sort of inexorably linked to these people. Anyway, I'm mentioning it because the guy that Vicar Max mentions, and the philosophists and the scientists are always fighting, scienticians are always fighting about, I'm pretty sure his name's Bakonin, right? Like, they're always quoting from the teachings of Bakonin. And that's totally a reference to Kurt Vonnegut's Cat's Cradle. There's just tons and tons of, like, science fiction references all through this damn thing. The main quests are all spins on different science fiction novels. Buried near the surface of Hayes' grave is a small lockbox. Its hinges rusted through, and on its wood almost completely rotted. It nearly falls apart in your hands, but in it, you manage to find a tarnished silver medallion bearing the letters Charon. Oh, what do you think, Naoki?
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on
We've killed
Carrot's
so many
Hill.
Manta Queens.
We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram.
Yes,
Anyone
Hyman.
can track them down? It's him.
Okay, well, that happens to be where we're heading anyway, so... Hold on, tell me about the UDL contract.
I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago.
You didn't try and find them?
I should have. I really should have.
She was not the right character to tug at her
But
heartstrings.
soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
Booze makes for better friends anyways. Yeah, let's try to not make her any more of an alcoholic.
Thanks. I'm still not convinced I won't come to regret it, but we've started down this path. Might as well see it through. Maybe
She can
you'll
make
stop
it
me
amends.
screaming.
Remember, first step is
Come on.
admitting.
Let's make tracks before Hiram dies of old age.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that. He looked pretty young. In fact, he looked younger than Tuk Tuk. Tuk Tuk, the 40-year-old man-child. Who isn't really. I mean, I think he killed 3 men in San Quentin just to watch them die, and he joined a cult and lived in the sulfuric fields without even a gas mask or the OSHA-certified welder's glasses. He's got 3 children from 3 different women. Hey, there's that Mantiqueen, right? Yeah, but not the Mantiqueen. Roly-poly. God, looks like something out of Grounded. Oh, God. Are these science weapons meant to just be super OP? Because they seem super OP. Which is how a legendary should be in Borderlands, I feel like. On, like, a perfect roll legendary. Not every single stinking legendary, but, like, if you get a perfect roll at max level... What I'm saying, go back a little bit to that Borderlands 1 system. Like, your level cap 60. Most of the time you get weapons that are like 59, 58. But occasionally you get a weapon that is 60, and then you get the right, just exactly the right rule for it, and now your damage is conquering. They're OP until you use them, exactly. And you find them more often, you find blues and epics most of the time. Oh, Sam's really dead. I just have mixed feelings on that. I get what they were going for. I'm not totally against it like some people are. I'm someone who wants rares and greens to matter. I don't mean they should be the best. Of course they shouldn't be the best, but it's good when, in my mind, epics and rares have good enough rules to make you not just think they're immediately trash. Like, oh, that's an interesting combination of perks. That might work. So we're going to Hyman. I think we have to go to Hyman for Radio Free Monarch anyways. MSI and the Arc Colony class are now using the tower. Report back to Hyman, right? And also Starcross Troopers. So the Oliveira gas is going nowhere without heavy transport to get the gas off world. Signal Ada from the message terminal in the Cascadia lab. Okay. We'll try to clean up Monarch before we leave. I assume we're going to the next world shortly. Caution! Danger, Will Robinson. Danger! Why did that not equip it? Game feels like it's like, oh, the reload is slow, but that's good because this gun's really strong. It's slow, but it's not terribly slow. Damn. Like, look, that thing's completely now, it can't function. Jesus. Yeah, damn it. I want to go, get in the inventory. I knew what was getting us. It was the status effects. Wow. We got out of the habit of saving constantly. Wonder how far back we are now.
Computing volume.
Oh, there we go. We lowered the contrast a little bit. I'm no longer, like, utterly washed out. Not that bad. Just this fight looks like. Oh, wait. No, this is pretty far back, isn't it? I mean,
Warning.
just one fight back.
Alert.
Pack that armor. Down they go. That's the last of them.
Whoops. Fight's over, game. I'm kind of over sniping for now. It's just not doing enough damage. So maybe I'm just, at the same time, that carbine, that plasma carbine's only really good when we run into the robots, which isn't that often.
Caution.
Nailed it, Pat.
Caution!
That's how it's done, Captain.
I'm not sure that was worthy of the slow-mo, but okay. Dramatic effect. Tonight on The Real World, Samantha gives John a blowjob. John gives a blowjob back to Samantha tonight on The Real World. Of course, they'll never show it. It's always a black and white, like, night vision camera. But it's just enough for 15-year-old boys and girls to get their jimmies in a bunch. Oh, I can't wait till I'm 19. Blowjobs. Blowjobs for days. Honestly, Thunder's doing the job. Thunder melted the hell out of that Mana Queen.
Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Oh, germs and contaminants. You need to do that pretty often. You look at the guy and then look away to make sure his stuff actually loads. The way that they did bins and looting of people is so much better than how Fallout does it. But it's not perfect because sometimes it just fails to load.
Preparing to neutralize.
Look at that. Thunder would already probably have that thing down to half health. And we need to immediately take something that's ollie toxin free. There we go, and heal. You know what? Maybe it's not even Thunder. Maybe it's Sam. Sam's acid looks like it was up there doing work. Was doing work. Okay, sneak. Crash move speed, blah. I want to get to 80. I want to get to 80, but damn it, man. Everything in the stealth skill tree is so useful. I want to get this to 80. We only have 10 points. I'm going to put 3. I'm going to put 3. I'm going to put... We're almost to long guns. We should just max this damn thing out. And I'm going to put 2. Yep. That's what we're doing. We're just going to have to focus on a few key areas at this point. And what were we gonna do? I think, oh yeah, that pistol. I'm just gonna break that down. Save. And continue up the road. On the road again. I probably could have just fast traveled to Hyman.
Large jobs take Sam longer to clean.
I love how he's so generic. That's why I really want to see his story play out. When they're like, oh, there's no depth. Sam's just a generic robot. I don't know, man. I hear this love triangle that forms with him and Ada. I mean, it was already funny. Ada was clearly 15-year-old Jimmy enjoying the real world. Like, oh, change that binary subroutine. Rip that circuit breaker. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Only good Marauder is a dead or dying.
I mean, those guys are pretty generic, to be fair. I don't know about the people on your ship. And the swarms are weird. This stuff reminds me so much of the Evil Dead 3 something darkness. The special edition DVD that had the Necronomicon. So far, vending machines only really exist in this game to sell junk. I've yet to really see any other purpose to them. And I think gadgets, buying the armor mods and stuff is just way too expensive, and you find them in the field anyway. I definitely don't mess with the characters near as much as I did in Coder. Okay, in this situation, one, we probably need to eat. So here's a box of pasta. That should do it. And we probably need mind attributes. Here we go. Some milk. And that got us in. We maybe weren't on food relapse. I hope that Rapidon stuff counts as food. I mean, it's meat. You'd think it would count as food. So we use it all the time. I've only seen one video on that Avengers game. Hopefully Jeremiah comes in here to say hey and tell us how it's going. And it was from Jim Sterling. He said it was like a total sellout game. But, you know, I like to be open-minded when a game first comes out, not just jump on the first negative thing, I assume. If it's fun, I don't give a shit if it's sellout. It's still a good game, that's all that matters. What the hell? I know there's an elevator. I know it took us like 3 days to find said elevator the last time we did this. It's locked. Okay. I mentioned my sense of direction before. It's not the best. But I do know there's a map. I'll eventually use that map. First, I'm going to explore every nook and cranny and assume I can just figure this out for myself. Okay, to the map. Where the hell's the elevator shaft at? That didn't really help much. I feel like that sealed door was where the elevator was. I know it's okay, it's not in here. It's not in here. I don't even remember there being a locked area the last time. Why is this locked? Isn't that where the elevator is? What? Is that not where the damn elevator is? Maybe we need to talk on the intercom again. Which was right here. Or not. Damn it.